and where I came from in the Silicon Valley, everybody there's dream, of course, is to work for one of these big tech companies. Working for those big corporations and stuff like that. And that's what I did. Except for the fact that I didn't just work for one of them, I worked for multiple. I went from job to job to job to job. And my family, of course, they thought I was unstable. My parents like, why can't you just keep a job? You guys have siblings where your parents compare you to siblings all the time? Right? I have a brother and a sister, an older brother and an older sister. My sister became a nurse. She married a police officer. Yeah, which was all bad for me. Right? Because at all the barbecues, they would talk about him like, whoa. Right? My brother became a biotech engineer. And for me, I just kept moving from job to job to job, even though I was working for these big corporations. But the challenge was I just couldn't see that finish line. I couldn't see that end result. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, when do we walk away? When do we get to live our life? Right? None of us are afraid to work hard here, right? Everybody here is okay. We're not afraid to work hard. We just need to know, what are we working hard for? Yeah. And at every company, they all had one thing in common. There was always someone there that gave 25 years of their life, 30 years of their life, 40 years of their life. At the very end of it all, the company rewards them with a Tiffany clock. A Tiffany clock. What am I going to do with this? See how much more time I've lost? You know, and because of that, I was like, I just couldn't do it. And I was always looking. So I was that person that was looking for this my entire life. Yeah. But nobody shared it with me. I was not on someone's list. But hey, luck came my way. I met a complete stranger. That introduced me into this industry almost 15 years ago. And, well, I didn't really meet this guy. He met a friend of mine at a mall, gave her 2 tickets to a conference, kind of similar to this, was much smaller. She had no one else to bring, so she brought me. I showed up thinking it was a job interview. I thought it was a job interview. And I sat all the way in the back over there, all the way in the back in the corner. And because when I first got here, I've never seen this industry before, but I was, like I said, I came in and I can hear voices in the back of my head of my friends and my family telling me, don't do it. Make sense? Don't do it. Right? You don't want to do that kind of stuff. You don't want to go door to door, sell lotion, potion, dye cream, butt cream. Right? The knife that cuts through the shoe, then through the tomato. The vacuum cleaner that sucks up the bowling ball and shoots out the goldfish. And because of that, I sat back there and I had my arms crossed. I was so negative. I was so close to everything. I had my arms crossed, legs crossed, eyes was crossed, right? I was that cool Asian kid back then. I had the head held high, eyes beady, not because I'm Asian, right? But and I was sitting there just judging everybody else, hating on everybody else because I didn't know what this was about. But towards the end of that, they had some of the top income earners from the front. These people came up and started sharing their stories, like what you just saw. And because of that, I was like, wow, they're just like me. They're just like everybody else. Normal people. Except for they had the freedom that I wanted. They had the financial freedom that I was looking for. And they had the time freedom that I desperately, because I was working so much at my job. And I was like, wow. At that moment, I stopped analyzing everything around me, and I started analyzing where my life was. And that's when, right? We react so much, but we need to take our time to reflect, correct? Yep. And I affected where I was, and I was definitely not happy. I was thousands and thousands of dollars in debt from college. I was driving a car that was too expensive, right? Or a car that I couldn't afford, and of course I had a girlfriend that was too expensive. You ladies know, right? You're expensive, right? Can anyone relate on that? Yeah, right? It's like at a job, no matter what, you're always just paycheck to paycheck, just barely afloat. And as soon as you pick up a girlfriend, boom, you're under. Because of that day I decided to get started. I got started that day, and I knew that I needed to change my attitude, and I knew I needed to change my philosophy to move from that back row to the front row. And that's exactly what I did. Been in the industry for 15 years. I've seen a lot of bad companies out there. I've seen some okay companies, but I've never seen anything like Nurian.
Yeah.
And that's why we gave up everything to be a part of this legacy company. That's what it's about, right? It's not about us, not about now. If it was about now, we'd just get a job. It's about that legacy. So, first thing we did, now, we knew that when we got started and started over, we knew we needed to move fast. You guys have to understand, success and speed, they're like a cousin to each other. They really, really are close, and you want to do that, and that's exactly what we did. But we also knew that we had to block out all the noises from all the people who say, you're not going to make it, you can't do this, it's not going to work. But don't just block out that noise, you have to block out the noise that's in your head as well. And all we did was we stayed focused, we looked down, and we kept to just exposing. Recruiting, exposing, we kept sharing the business. Staying focused, that's the key. This business, the hardest thing you're ever gonna do in this business is to understand how simple it is. We looked down, and we just kept sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. People kept telling us, it won't work, you can't do it. Why, they said a bunch of harsher things. You're dumb, you're stupid. But we just kept going. Boom, boom. We kept sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. They told us, oh, the Lexus is not real. You're not going to be able to get it. We looked down, kept sharing and sharing and sharing. By our first month, our sponsor, Damon, of course, called us and said, hey, you just earned your iPad, you just earned your Lexus, and you just earned your Cancun trip. So naturally, and I said, thank you, Damon. Kept sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. And then, of course, I went to pick up the Lexus, drove by my friend's house, rang the doorbell, wait till he came out, honk, beep, beep, and took off. Where was I going? I was going to keep sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. And that's what we kept that pace. We kept it so simple and we stayed focused. You have to understand that the iPad, the Lexus, the executive, all these are not stop signs. They're just checkpoints to let you know that you're going in the right direction. And we kept sharing and sharing and sharing. By the end of our third month, Damon called us up and he said, hey, just let you know, you just earned your $50,000 bonus. And I was like, thank you, Damon. And I kept sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. By our 8th month, he said, hey, just let you know, you just earned your $150,000 bonus on top of a $45,000 bonus, totaling $245,000. I said, thank you, Damon. And we just kept sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. You have to understand that that's how simple this business can be. Recruiting, exposures, prospecting, all that you're doing is you just want to let people know. Were there a lot of no's? Yes. If you understand what no's are, every no you get is going to get you one step closer to a yes. And you just got to go out there and collect those no's. Collect them, collect them. And that's the key. Exposures. What are you exactly doing? You're just letting people know. If you're thinking about, this is why a lot of people don't do prospecting, don't do exposures, because you keep thinking about, who am I going to convince? Who am I going to sell, correct? That's what you're thinking, right? Who do I know? That's not how we do. We just want everybody to know. You just launched a business and you want everybody to know. That's it. Just imagine like a restaurant. If you open a restaurant, hey everybody, just open a restaurant, just want you all to know. When you're hungry, come to me. That's exactly what I did. I just told everybody, hey, just let you know, just launch a business, let me know when you're ready. Timing is very, very key in exposures. And everything is just a numbers game at the beginning. What you lack in skill, you got to make up in numbers. You guys all see, they talk about finding the aces, right? Those 4 aces. You got to go through that deck of cards. From my experience, the challenge was people not being able to find these aces is because they pick up a 2, they pick up a 5, and they hang on to that forever and ever and ever. It's okay if they're a 2, it's okay if they're a 5. What if they just want to use products? What if they just want to, you know, be a customer? It's okay. Put those cards down and continue to go through that deck. And you're going to find these aces, I guarantee you. How do I know that? Because nobody picked me up. I'm in there. Please. Like I said, I'm positive. If you would have just talked to me, I would have joined. It's just that you got to be willing to go through that. Remember, amateurs. Amateurs convince. Professionals, we sort. Why? Because when you convince someone to get started in this business, you're going to have to convince them to build the business. And that's going to slow you down. Does that make sense? Yeah. So just let everyone know. So one thing that you're going to do that's going to be, again, that's going to really make it simple is you got to have a big list. You got to have a big list. That's the key. Some people say, well, I don't have any friends. I mean, that's really not true, right? The bigger the list, the smaller the challenge. The smaller the list, the bigger the challenge. What do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, you have 2 friends. Or you have 2 people on your list, mom and dad. Talk to mom, she says no. Okay, now we have a big problem. But if you had 100 people on your list, one person saying no is like, does that make sense? Yeah. And you want to just keep adding to your list. You want to keep adding. And some people are like, well, I don't have 100 friends, whatever. Yes, you do. We all have one of these. Everyone has a smartphone, right? You go through, I've sat down with people to help them make their list so many times, and every single time it's the same. They pick out your phone. They take out their phone, and they just go through their contacts, and they're just judging everybody. Prejudging, right? Who's willing to admit they prejudged some people before? Okay, great. The people that don't have their hands up, you didn't prejudge, you're just liars. It's okay, right? It's okay, no worries, right? And you go through this list, and they're just like, oh, this person won't do it, this person won't do it, this person too successful, ooh, this person too good looking, okay, this person, okay, this guy, he's too ugly, it's too late for him, right? And you're just judging, and you go down your list, and you're like, oh, out of 4,000 people, you're like, I don't have a friend left. Isn't that true? Yeah. Right? Then they start creating acronyms. I'm part of the NFL. No friends left, right? She's like, yeah, over there. No. So, like I said, just put everyone that you know, because all you're doing is trying to expose. Don't prejudge. That's the big one. Now, here's the best part. See, Jeff Olson, he wants us to dream big, right? We all know that, right? But when it comes to work, he wants us to do just so little. It's just 2 a day, the system. Taking people from knowing and not knowing. What is that? Taking people that, let's say prospect, people who have heard of Miriam. B prospect, people who have not heard of Miriam. All you're doing is taking them from A to B using a tool. That's it. 2 a day. Some people like, when I tell you to do 2 a day, like, oh, it's hard. 2 days, I said, hard compared to what? Hard compared to what? Getting 2 new contacts a day? Compared to working 8, 10 hours a day, sitting in traffic 1 or 2 more? Clocking in, clocking out? That's right. Hard compared to what? Let's say, for example, you go into your job, right? You go into your job, your boss says, okay, you don't have to clock in and clock out anymore. Lunch is as long as you like. Vacation as much as you want. All you need to do is get 2 new contacts a day. That's it. You can do whatever you want. Wake up early in the morning, go get some coffee, say hi to people. Hey! Get 2 new contacts a day. Or you can wake up late. How about that? Wake up at noontime. Go to lunch. Say hi to people. Hi. Boom, boom. Get 2 new contacts. And go home. You're done. Go back to sleep. Or take your significant other out. Dinner. That's it. If you can just get 2 new contacts a day, the company will pay you a 6-figure income. $100,000 a year if you can just do that. How many people can do it? Think about it. If you can do that for your boss, you should be able to do it for yourself. Because you're the boss here. Does that make sense? You just have to understand how simple that is. And just do it. Like I said, it's simple to do and simple not to do, right? That's what Jeff talks about, right? All you have is that moment. All you have is that moment. And then the reason you don't do it is because you think it's insignificant. And it is. But if you don't do it, and you continue to go down this path, eventually it takes a turn. Here's why you do it. Not just for yourself. You're doing it so that it can duplicate. You're doing 2 a day, that's 10 per week. 40 per month. That's a lot. But you just gotta stay consistent. But now imagine you're doing it so you can duplicate. Imagine you have a team of 10. That's 400 a month exposures. Not to mention a team of 30. 1,200 per month. I know there's a lot of people in this room that have more than a team of 30. But you have to understand that exponential growth. You have to understand the compound effect of that. That you plus that team of 30, that's almost 15,000 exposures a year. 15,000! You don't think like that because we just keep looking, right, at the smaller picture. Don't major in minor things. Major in major things. Now, when you're doing your exposures, when you make your list, you want to be more, I guess, what's the word? Surgical. You want to be cater it to the market that you're talking to. There are 4 types of people. There are sharks. Everyone knows a shark, right? Money hungry, success driven. Those people want to see results. Dolphin. People that want to have fun. That's all they really care about. Yeah, if the event's fun, they'll show up. If it's not, they won't. Urchins. Urchin's really not a fish, but for the purpose, right? Urchins are people that are analytical. Those people need to see numbers. They want to see facts. A whale. Whale are purpose-driven. Those people, like they want to do a bigger cause-driven. See, when you understand this, then you'll be able to understand how to use some of the tools that they've created with Ethereum. What do you send to each person? I think the challenge is that you're talking to, let's say you're talking to a shark, and you keep telling them about, big brother, big sister. And that's what doesn't drive them. So now when you understand this, you have to understand, first of all, what fish are you? That's a good question. What fish are you? When you understand what fish you are, you also work on who you attract, and that's who you're attracting. Now, market temperature: hot, warm, and cold. Hot, close friends and family. Warm market, your acquaintances, people that you know of but you don't know, you haven't really spent a lot of time with them. And cold market are just people that you don't know yet. For myself wise, like I said, the hot market, you need to let them know why you're doing this. The challenge with hot market a lot of times is that because they judge you for your past. So my hot market, my family and my friends, they didn't see it. They didn't see it because they were judging me for my past, because I've told you guys how many jobs I've had. They thought I was unstable. How was I going to be successful here? So my hot market, every single person said no. All my friends said no. I was in college, I was in a fraternity. Not one of my fraternity brothers said yes. Everybody said no. And that's what kind of drove me and motivated me to prove them wrong. Defying the odds. Are you guys ready to defy the odds?
Yeah.
So I went outside of my circle. That was the key to my success. My warm market. People that just knew of me, knew of my work ethic, that are judging me for today. Those people were the people that said yes. In your hot and warm market, there's a scale of influence, of course. People that you look up to, they're 10s. Right? People that are equal to you, they're 5s. And of course, people, number 1, there are people that look up to you. How do you approach this market? When they're a 10, you have to let them know, hey, I really respect you. I know you're very successful in business. Can you take a look at this and give me your opinion? I really value your time. I really value your opinion. Stroke their ego a little bit and and get them to check out their information. Get them to check out the video. Your warm market, people that are equal to you, those people are sometimes a little bit more challenging because, like I said, they know you, they've always known who you are. So with those people, I use tools. I use tools and I use an expert. Sometimes our friends, they just want to hear from somebody else. That's all that it is. You can give them the exact same information. I'm like, man, I said the same thing. Why did he, what? How did that? That's just what it is. It's just our friends only see us for who we are, and they can't see us for who we can become. And that's where the challenge lies. Now, of course, if they look up to you, tell them to get a starter pack and you get to hang out with me. Is that simple, right? Yeah. Co-market, however, is very, very fun. I like co-marketing a lot because, I don't know, I just build relationships. This is our business, right? We meet people all the time. Why not? You gotta be interested in them. When you meet somebody, be interested in them, but you also want to be interesting. Okay? Talk to them. Form. Family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. So when I'm out, I'm always chatting with people. Let's say, for example, I go to a restaurant. I'm sitting there, of course, I'm talking to the waiter, getting to know him. But one of the things that I do is, number 1 is I don't expose to them, or I don't invite them, or I don't talk to them about the business until I'm getting ready to leave. Does that make sense? Because if you're talking about the business, then the problem is that you're going to be sitting there talking to them the whole time, and then you're now the message versus being the messenger. So I don't talk to them until I'm getting ready to leave. And one other thing that I also do is from my experience, sometimes when you just meet random people and you give them this opportunity, they don't think it's real. It's psychology, right? They're like, well, I haven't done anything. Why did you give me this opportunity to retire early? You mean? So what I always do, to be more precise, is I make sure and I wait until they give me good service. When they give me good service, I'm like, hey, at the very end when I'm about to leave out the door, thank you for your service. You gave me some great service. Let me hook you up. Who doesn't want to hook up? Let me hook you up. Make sense? Yeah. Companies expanding in this area, they're opening a new division here, and they're looking for someone to run it. Do you have any management experience? Do you have any sales experience? I go right into the interview. Because I want to be the person asking the question versus them asking me the question. Because when they start asking you the question, the person that's asking the question is always going to be the person that's going to win. And because of that, he's grateful when I send him the information. Does that make sense? I build value in what we have, rather than some people that just kind of throw it out there. I build that value so that when he gets this information, oh my God, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for signing me up. Thank you. I'm like, it's okay, man. Thank you. You know what I mean? And that's it. So with co-marketing, have fun with it. That's the big thing. And just go out there and just talk to as many people as you can. I mean, with all the stuff that they have now, that's what we do. Social media. How many people are not good at social media? Okay, that's great. Now it's time to get good at it. Because Nerium is just exploding right now. Especially them going international. Everybody's watching us. And we want to let them know that you're doing Nerium. You don't want your neighbor to be like, man, what's this Nerium thing? And you being in Nerium, they just don't know that you're a part of it. Social media, you gotta be, once again, you got to be attractive on your social media. You want to make sure that you're attracting the market that you want into your business. I'm very, very surgical with my social media. I don't just post anything. I make sure that my market is watching. I know we're posting a million pictures right now, of course, because of conference. Save some of those pictures. Save some of those pictures when you're outside, relaxing, just doing nothing. Wait for a weekday, 9:30. Post that picture up at 9:30 on your Facebook, social media, or 4:30, because at that time is when all of our friends are back at work, checking in, clocking in, and the first thing they do is to check their social media. Why in the world are you not at work? Right? That's what I used to do when I had a job. I just wait till hey, you go to the restroom real quick, go outside, take a picture. Oh, come back in, post it up. What? How are you not at work? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, your coworkers know you're working, but nobody else does. Make sense? But you also want to make sure that would you follow you with your social media? I see some people posting up some crazy stuff. So just make sure that if you're going to post, that it's going to make you money. Makes sense? Third-party tools. Okay, I am religious with this stuff. All I do is I hand out tools, I send out videos. I am never the message. I'm always going to be the messenger. That's the key. As you can see, all I did was expose. I kept it so that I was always the message. My friends call me up, they're like, hey, I know you're doing well. Can you tell me more about NERM? Can't. Hey, well then, I can't. Yeah. I know you know. I know. I mean, you've been doing it for a while. Yeah, I probably could, but I won't. I send a tool. I send a video. I do this. Everyone do this. Everybody do this. Man, this looks funny. This is how I'm going to be dancing tonight at the white party. And the reason I do this dance is because this dance makes me money. The reason that we point towards the tool is because it's duplicatable. Not everybody can stand on stage and say, hey, let me tell you how I do this. See, that has always been one of the biggest challenges, that when people see us build this business, they're like, oh man, I can't be like you. You're too smooth. You look too good. I can't speak like that. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't. I just point towards the tool because everybody can do that. This is a big one. Identify your tools. Okay? Random story. I'm going to keep this one slide real simple. About, almost two years, more, maybe two and a half years ago. I brought my car into the dealership for maintenance. Myself and my wife, of course. And we were sitting in the lobby waiting. I found a magazine. I found a flyer. It was Nerium. I was like, wow, this thing looks really good. No label. I was interested. No label. Stop donating money. If you're going to donate, big brother or sister, right? Don't give out a tool without your name or contact or whatever it is on there, so that when someone's interested, like I was, we can call you. That's nice. Ooh, a little too fast for this one. You guys see that? No. Once again, Nerium's, of course, amazing at creating all their tools. They're at it again. I mean, always about making it easy for us to build a business, making it simple. You guys want to see something new? Yeah. More stuff? I'm so flustered right now because of all the information that they just gave us yesterday, and then now combining it with all this stuff today. But once again, here it is. How about this? New lead capture pages, right? Oh no, this is wrong way. New lead capture pages. You guys are not as excited as I wanted you guys to be. New lead capture pages. A real breakthrough, got whatever country, Canada, Mexico, whatever the case may be, it's all simplified. Product-wise, username, realresult.com/face, body, and mind. So you guys can cater it to whatever market or what market, vertical market that you want to enter. Same thing, opportunity, username, success today, that's it. Yepper, success today, Yepper. Here's a new look. Cleaner, the colors. Everybody's getting ready, all right? More and more tools so you can get your 5 points, 5 points, 5 points, 10 points ahead, right? How many people are excited for that?
Yeah.
Follow up. Follow up, be intentional with your follow up. Just call them up. Hey, what did you like best? What did you like best? Some people say, oh, I did all these tools, I did all these exposures. How do I follow up? Call them. Ask them, what did they like? Never ask, what do you think? Because you're just asking for critiques, right? People who don't know anything, oh, I don't know, maybe this and that, right? What did you like? What did you like? And just follow up. And let's say, for example, don't call people up and say, hey, I sent you that video. I noticed you only watched 20% of it. What's with that, fool? No. Even though you know, just call them up and be oblivious about it. Hey, by the way, I know you were really interested